Good morning, folks. This is Dale. I am back online. It's been about 2 weeks since my last video. This is video number 5 for documentation purposes, and it's 8:52 on March 27th. So, just kind of recap everything over the past 2 weeks. The reason I didn't do a video, there was really nothing to report. Last week was a 5-day work week for me. Nothing going on. Got stuff done at work. All was good. No issues. So, thus, no video. So this week has been a pretty normal week as well for me. Working the whole week, Monday through Thursday. I had yesterday off for some of the treatments, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But Thursday of this week was my first radiation treatment. I went by myself. Tanya went to school, no big deal. Drove myself there and back. Took 20 minutes, no problem. My mask was made. They popped it on. It did take a little bit for them to align everything since the last time I was there, but in and out in 20 minutes, 30 minutes max. So it took me longer to drive to Methodist and back than the actual radiation treatment. So no big deal. I got home Thursday morning, signed on my computer, and went to work and felt fine. So no problems. Before I kind of get into what happened on Friday, I wanted to say thanks to a few folks. The first one is Julie Fiala she must be the president of Curing Cancer with Clubs. So I got a nice letter from her and the board. There's 5 or 6 people on here. I won't thank everyone, but thanks you guys for sending me the letter along with a $500 check as a donation to take care of some of the expenses and things like that. So they do have a golf tournament every July. I know my dad's played in it because he's had cancer. So me and the boys, my kids, hopefully, if not this year, in following years, we'll be able to play in that. So thank you for that. What I plan to do is pay it forward. So I'm going to take, I think, $200 of this, and I'm actually going to give a $100 bill to a couple different patients that I find in the chemo ward. Talk to them, get their name. I won't bug them a lot, but give them $100, pay it forward. Hopefully, it can pay for gas or food or what. So I will use some of the money myself for the gas money because that's probably $3 a gallon. Might be my most expense for me personally, but. Anyway, I'm going to pay it forward, and hopefully I can help a couple people. So, and I wanted to thank people for all the continued text messages, and I've got a few random gifts in the mail. Thank you for that. I've gotten 5 or 6 cards that I'm keeping aside for the tough days. So I haven't opened any of them yet. I hope I don't have to for a while, but I do have them on hand. So anyway, thanks to everybody for your support. I appreciate it. Moving along, because I want to keep this at 10 minutes, because I know I'd get bored. No one hear people talk more than 10 minutes. So anyway, I made some life changes this week. Been a dry, no alcohol week. And the plan is between now and until I get done. So for about 60 days, the body's going to cleanse from the alcohol thing. No issue so far. Actually been sleeping a little bit better. Also trying to limit the caffeine because I think as I get into the treatments, caffeine might impact my throat or make it sore or whatever. So shout out goes to my personal dietitian, Maddie, who's my future daughter-in-law. She's been giving me some reading material and protein balls, and I've actually started a honey regimen. So I do 1 teaspoon of honey before the radiation and after. It's supposed to have a soothing effect on not only your body, but your throat and all that. So I started that this week as well. So we'll keep that up, see how that goes. So, getting into Friday, Friday was a long day and I expected it. Had the radiation treatment first thing in the morning. Same thing, 15, 20 minutes, in and out, no problem. As you can imagine, I was pretty anxious about the whole chemo thing after the fact because I'm a creature of habit. I like to get in a routine and do things over and over again as far as my schedule and where to park, what floor do I go to, blah blah blah. That's just how I'm wired. So I was pretty anxious, having all these things going on again on Friday of what to expect. So anyway, the radiation treatment was fine, 15, 20 minutes, like I said. I did have 2 new nurses, I guess, as they shifted out. So I got to meet 2 new people, and the folks at Methodist are awesome, from the doctors to the nurses or whatever. So I would highly recommend them if you are in a case like this because, like I said, they're just awesome. So Tanya did take the day off yesterday and drove me in. She was able to sit in on one of the doctor's appointments, and then the chemo side, she had to leave. So anyway, Tanya did get to meet with the radiation doctor, and he kind of went over everything, caffeine, alcohol, spicy foods, blah, blah, blah. Keep hydrated is a big thing too. So after we met with him, so I had the radiation, then we met with the doctor, and then I had to go upstairs to the first floor to do a blood draw. Every week that I get the chemo treatment, they are going to draw the blood and analyze and make sure all the red blood cells, white blood cells, platelet count, all of that are within range. Because as your body gets this chemo injected into it, there's various things that can happen. So they will not give another chemo treatment if you're outside of the lines or outside of the band. So very cautious going in. I appreciate that. So anyway, I got the blood draw done. It takes 20 to 30 minutes for them to get the results. Got the results, and then I had a dietitian come in, and she met with me as well and kind of went over some stuff. She said my goal is to not lose more than 10 pounds. So we'll see how that goes. Just giving up Busch Light, I probably can lose 10 pounds. But anyway, that's that. After I met with her, let's see, had the blood draw. Then we met with the chemo doctor, basically, and Tanya could not be in the office for this, but we dialed her up on the cell phone. She got to sit in. The doctor said the blood work came back fine. My chemo treatments will now be on every Friday from here on out, which is good. I like the structure, I like the schedule, know what to expect. So I'm taking work off every Friday just to, do my thing and get it over with. So everything with him, 10 minutes in and out. Guy walked me into the... Actually, I had to meet with the clinical trial guy that I'm participating in. I'm going to meet with him every week, and he's going to ask me questions, how I'm feeling, any pain, and all of that for tracking and documentation purposes for the trial. So I met with him for 10 minutes. He took me into the chemo room, checked me in, large floor, one TV, lots of recliners. Unfortunately, there were a lot of people in there, and Friday was pretty busy. I would say probably 30 to 40 people throughout the day. I saw it kind of moving in and out. So Mary was the name of my nurse. She's very nice and comforting and explained everything for me. So that was excellent. When they talk about chemo is not all I'm getting injected into my veins. For the first hour and a half, they basically give you an IV, and they pump steroids and anti-nausea medicine into your blood system to make sure that your body can take the chemo. Chemo is very hard on your kidneys, from what they say. So they try to flush everything through. That was an hour and a half. Then they give me the chemo treatment, is only about 1 hour. Get done with that, and then another hour of IV fluids to flush everything out, and then I was free to go. So overall, the whole chemo process, if you can talk about that, was 3 to 4 hours long. Pretty hard for me to sit still. Anybody that knows me is like, I can't sit still for more than 20, 30 minutes without doing something. So I try to get up, move around as much as I can, listen to music, took a quick nap, read the paper, checked some emails at work because I took my laptop in, stuff like that. And I was getting a few text messages throughout the day on Friday, so that was good. So yeah, got about a minute and a half. I'm going to wrap it up. Side effects. People always ask me, are you in any pain? You feel anything? I'm like, nope. It's a normal day for me. No big deal. No pain at all yet. Lymph node, you can see, is still there. I would say it's warm to the touch. It's going to act like a sunburn when I get going into this, because radiation does have a compounding effect. So every day that I go in, it's going to start acting more and killing more cancer cells. So I expect this to go down. I expect my neck to get more red, more pain in the neck, and stuff like that. So I'm kind of preparing myself for that. I'm on anti-nausea medicine for 3 days after treatment, and then I have more pills to take them as I need if I feel like I'm going to throw up or whatever. But the goal is to keep food and water down. My doctor did say this weekend probably will be fine for me, and any side effects will come Monday to prepare for that. So Monday morning I start radiation again, go Monday through Thursday. Friday will be the same regimen, and we just keep plugging forward. So I got 2 days done. 40 to go if you count weekends. So that's the countdown. All's good. Thank you guys for all your support. Love ya. Go Creighton. It's March Madness now, one of my favorite times of year, and we'll be watching them tomorrow and rooting them on. So next video, hopefully 1 week from today on Saturday morning, and I'll be as lively and peppy as I normally am. Take care. See ya. 10 minutes. Out.